Rachel and Acho.
You just snuck in here. Rachel.
The one and only, look, NBA, all things knowledgeable. Oh, I like that.
Ooh,
Okay.
I'm ready to be a little venomous today.
Friday style, huh?
Shady ain't the only one that can bling up
Exactly.
Hey, Mama mentality, I see you.
I'm ready. All right,
NBA
bring it, Acho, bring it.
Okay, then get us started. Get us started.
No.
What happened?
Hold on.
What happened?
All right.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah, hold on real quick, because I got something to say up here. I wish it was 5 seats, because I will never kick Rachel off, because you know what you're talking about. But all I know is, and I'm talking to you, Shady, right now, all I know is, if it was another superstar that had 8 points and 2 assists, this wouldn't be the topic. The topic would be, is it Anthony Edwards' fault? Is it Jalen Brunson's fault?
Yeah, that's true.
Is it Jason Tatum's fault?
That's true.
Is it LeBron James'
Is
fault?
it Kevin Durant's
Is it
fault?
Kevin Durant's fault? That's what the topic would have been. Not is,
Yeah, that's true.
is it a chance for the Knicks to make history and all this funny business?
I don't know who he
And Rachel, guess what? I don't make the topic.
So if you a superstar, I think we should treat you like a superstar.
Who you talking about?
And Tyrese Halliburton, huh,
That's a good point.
Shady?
That's a good point. That's a great point.
So I think we should start the show off was how bad was the performance
Oh,
by
yes,
the
yes.
all-star player Tyrese Halliburton.
You got outvoted.
Emmanuel Acho.
Here's the dilemma, people. We didn't build the graphics for that.
And we did not. Why?
The
I wonder
words at the bottom of the screen.
I wonder why.
You're not ready for
Because
that.
usually when I pull in, you're already here. So you're already doing it. So I wonder why. But I was just asking. For it. That's
saying.
it.
We'll get to
That's
that.
it. Okay.
We'll get to that.
All right.
What we have built graphics for, however, though, is the Knicks. You giving them a chance to make history. Rachel, you said you're ready to come out hot, so you answered the question first. You giving the Knicks a chance to come back and make history in the season?
Absolutely have a chance. What they did was replicatable, right? They could do this again. It is not like Jalen Brunson had to have a 50-point game. It's not like there had to be some crazy last-minute bouncing 6-time shot, right? Jalen Brunson on the other side did not have to become Hakeem Olajuwon. He just had to stop being a black hole on defense, or as his teammate Josh Hart said, he had to guard his yard. And guess what? He did that. The Knicks in general were at a great defensive game. They were disruptive. They forced the turnover battle over and over again. The Pacers, 20 turnovers. That is a postseason high for them. In the first 4 games of the series, they're only averaging 10.5 turnovers. That is a huge, huge difference. New York controlled the pace of this game, and this is how you knew. If you were listening to the game with your earballs, right, instead of just watching it on TV, when you hear the Knicks organist in the background of the broadcast, and he can get to doo-doo, defense, doo-doo, defense, that means that it is a Knicks pace of play. The Pacers, when they go as fast as they want to, all of a sudden, the Knicks organist, he can't even hit that middle C because Tyrese is over there already. He's scoring with the bucket, and then it's over, and then blah, 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 blah. When you hear the doo-doo, defense, that's a Knicks ball game. And the Knicks organist does not travel to Indiana, but that game can if they wanted to.
That's incredibly well said. That's incredibly well. I'm giving the Knicks a chance because I do think this series is incredibly evenly matched. Like, though the Knicks are down 3-2 in this series, they have a plus 6 point differential. So what that tells us is that this is a very, very, very tightly contested race. Ultimately, it comes down to, and I wrote it down here, so it's funny you said that, who dictates the pace? Who dictates the pace? Now, I believe the Pacers dictate the pace at home significantly more than on the road. Pacers are an energy-based team, right? You miss, they run. Halliburton, he gets everything going. At home, if the Knicks can dictate the pace, the Knicks can win the game. But the reason I give the Knicks a chance is nobody can guard Cat.
That is true.
Nobody can guard Cat. James, you said it before the series. I was like, oh, wait, what about Miles Turner? At this junction in time, Turner's proven to be too heavy-footed. Siakam's proven to be too small. So literally nobody can guard Cat. So long as Cat is out there averaging 24 and 15, the Knicks have a chance. Then you add in the fact that Brunson can get 30 points at ease. He can get 30 points in 3 quarters, which he all but did last night's game. Given the fact that the Knicks have 2 players that are capable of easily being the 2 best players on the court, if Halliburton doesn't show up, which James would suggest he didn't last night, based upon that, I'll give the Knicks a chance.
He did not show up last night. You want to go?
Oh, no matter. I'll keep it nice and short, man, because Rachel, she stole, well, not stole, but everything she wanted to say, I want to steal what she said. That was phenomenal. Just, and that was cool about guarding your yard.
Right?
I like how that sounds like, hey, man, I don't got to talk too much. Yo, this guard your yard, please.
That's it.
Please.
That's it.
They play well, though, and I do think they have a shot to make history. just because when I watch the Pacers and I watch the Knicks, the talent is on the Knicks side, right? Now, as I watch the series, I start feeling like, okay, the Pacers are better this team, right? Role players are stepping up more than the Knicks players. They play well together. Some days, it might not be the superstar carrying it. It might be one of the role players doing it. But I think when the Knicks, they play together and they play defense, they play locked in, and when they stop turning the ball over, and like an efficient team, efficient offense, this is the product that you get. We keep forgetting that the first game, they were up like 14, almost 16 points with like a minute left or like 2 minutes left. So it's like you can do this, you know, and I just, you got to find a way to slow down, you know, Halliburton, what they did last night. I don't know if it'll go like that again because he's a really good player. But if you could just slow him down enough, maybe limit some of his assists, right? And maybe not 8 points, that was crazy, but maybe like 16 points. I'll take that, 15 points. And maybe have a chance to win, and you minimize everybody else. I think the Knicks win this game because they are the better team. And the last thing is playing smart. Like Cat, for a while, even though he was playing well offensively, scoring, he had a lot of dumb plays, a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of fouls for no reason. And I didn't see a lot of that last night. If they play efficient basketball, they can have a chance to make history.
Football and basketball is kind of similar, right? When you're a good team, you need stuff that you hang your hat on, right? And when we play football, defense and energy and effort travels.
It travels, that's it does.
If you watched the New York Knicks on defense last night, they treated Halliburton like Brunson been getting treated all series, like Anthony Edwards was getting treated all series. Once you cross this half court and they set a screen, we not worried about Miles Turner, we not worried about the pick and roll. We double teaming you and we getting the ball out of your hands. And he had turnovers. The pressure that they was putting on all the people on the Indianapolis Pacers, everybody, not just the guards, the bigs as well. You had the bigs sliding their feet outside of the three-point line. The pressure that they put on the Indiana Pacers, man, was phenomenal, and that is why they had 20 turnovers. That is why they was in that ball game. Brunson gonna miss and make shots. Yeah. Towns gonna miss and make shots. But the effort that them boys had on the defensive side of the ball, if they come out with that energy and effort on the defensive side of the ball, knowing that you have big-time scores in Cat and Brunson on the other side of the court, it's gonna be tough. I am giving them a chance to get this thing back to New York. And if they could get it back to New York, who knows?
And one more thing is, I want to talk about the effort. A lot of times I've been watching through this series where, like, Halliburton go through the pick and roll and with Cat dropping back so far. It's like, yo, who can't make that mid-range? Last night, everything, right? I'm getting you off this three-point line. Come up here in this lane. So if they can play with that energy, though, and that effort.
But can that be, is it duplicatable? Reason I say that is I love when an athlete understands the mistakes he's made because that's what you do is you correct them. What we all know is after you play a game, you go back, you watch a tape, your coaches tell you exactly what you did wrong collectively as a team, what you did wrong. But if you address something at the podium, you know it's an issue. Pascal Siakam, podium yesterday, got into it with the reporter. Why? Because he said we didn't give enough effort. They played with more effort than us. Well, how? What you mean? You didn't give enough effort. Siakam is aware that they didn't give enough effort. The Knicks are not going to out-hustle, out-energy, and out-effort the Pacers in the Pacers' biggest game in that franchise's history since 1994, maybe you could suggest, or 95.
I would say it's definitely a bigger game. You know, they played a Game 7 in the Garden last year, but I think your point is absolutely correct. This Game 6 is a bigger game because when they went into the Garden for Game 7 last year, the Knicks were so banged up. They needed walkers just to get their starting five on the court. This is the bigger deal.
And it's at home. I just don't see a world where the Knicks are going to have more effort than the Pacers. Rachel, if the Pacers bring the energy and bring the effort, can the Knicks still beat them in your mind, given how deep that roster is?
Look, the Pacers have to have something that Greg Popovich calls appropriate fear, right? So you don't have to be scared of your opponent, but you do have to understand what they can bring to you. And I think this last game brought it to the house for them. We need to have appropriate fear of this team. Talk about Tyrese Halliburton. It wasn't for me how much he scored because he's a more traditional point guard. So I'm not looking at his numbers the same way. I might look at an Ant or someone else. And by the way, you are right. The Ant conversation got way overblown. But in general, the reason why he's not getting this treatment is because he is a different style of player. That being said, you still have to be aggressive. You still have to put that effort out. All the stuff you're talking about, James, he took 7 shots in 32 minutes, and he missed 5 of them. You cannot have that happen. And by the way, if you're the other guys on the team, you also have to pick up the slack when Tyrese is not having a bango, bust out, oh my God, night. The Pacers starters combined for 37 points. That is unacceptable. And you talk about Karl Anthony Towns, too. He's the one that if I was on Indiana, I would have the most appropriate fear of in this series in terms of being the X factor that flips it. Now, none of y'all are from New York City, but, you know, the little mini marts on the corners are called bodegas, right?
Bodegas, yep.
And, yeah, I lived there for a couple decades there, and we have those stray cats. And all the stray cats tend to gather around the bodegas because that's where the food is, right? And those cats are nasty. Those cats are mean. They are brawlers. They have fought on the streets of New York City for their food. When Karl Anthony Towns is playing his best, the people of New York City call him a bodega cat. And if bodega cat comes to Indiana on Saturday night, that's when the Pacers need to have that appropriate fear. We'll see how they respond.
And I'm giving them a chance, too, because they both know they got to play with energy and effort. The team who plays the hardest is probably going to win. But if they both play the same, the Knicks got better players.
I think so.
So if we both play the same with the same energy on defense and all, we got the better players, the dudes that could get the buckets at will. I don't need all these screens. Give me the ball. Watch out.
Yeah.
That's Cat Brunson. They don't really have that in Indiana. So if we both come out here with the same energy and now you're depending on the star players to make plays, this thing going back to New York. And if it goes back to New York, it's going to be a bunch of, what is bodegas? And all the players, it's going to be a bunch of them out there ready to go.
Now, Tyrese Halliburton
great
has some.
nickname. Come on.
It is a great nickname. Better than to panic. 2-5. Should the Pacers be panicking?
That's a good message
That's a
from
leader,
a leader.
though.
That's a real leader. I don't think so. I mean, you got 2 games to get this thing done, right? Now, by the way, my parents are from Queens, New York.
All right, so you know.
So I know about the bodegas. Now, listen, they've been going crazy over the phone. Oh, you see the dick, like, oh, you know. But yeah, hearing him say that, I truly believe that. I mean, he's right. Like, we have 2 games to get this thing done. And if we don't get it done at home, don't forget we did beat them guys at their house. Twice. You get what I'm saying? So I look at pressure or panic as like, yo, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Well, if we don't win this game, okay, let's run this thing back because we did it before. Now, hopefully they don't do that because I'm going for the Knicks, but I don't know. I wouldn't panic. How about you?
I love the word appropriate fear. I think you have to be like cautious of what you got around the corner. That's what it is for me. Like, you don't need to panic, but you got to be cautious of what you got around the corner. And so long as Brunson and Cat are on that court, you got to be cautious of what they're capable of doing. But if you're the Pacers, you should be saying to yourself, you're the better team. Like, you should be saying to yourself, we beat them in New York twice. We beat him at our crib. We beat him when Brunson scored 43. We beat him when Brunson scored 36. We beat him when Cat went off. We beat him when Cat didn't go off. If you're the Pacers, you should be able to say to yourself, we can beat this team. We beat him when they had a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter. We beat him when we were up in the fourth quarter. You have beat the Knicks in every single way. I don't really think you should be panicked, but you should be cognizant of, like, let's end this series sooner than later. Because if you give the Knicks too much hope and you got to go back to the Garden for Game 7, that's just not a safe place to be.
Yeah, I'm not saying super panic, but, you know, we've all, you know, grow up in different places, and we probably all done been walking at night, sometimes solo, and you hear a little rattle. Hey, double check, make sure we all good. You know what I'm saying? It ain't super panic, but it ain't, just make sure, all right, that ain't.
This happened to me yesterday, bro. This happened to me last night, bro. I'm sleeping, and you know, I got my window open because LA is a cool breeze, you know, I got my window open, but I got my blinds shut. All of a sudden I hear like, and I see my blinds starting to blow open. I said, hold on. I jumped up out the bed, bro.
You're scared. You know, I told him.
Grandkids in my hair.
Is a baseball bat by the bed? What you got?
It's just gonna be me and them. We gotta be touching.
Okay, I like that.
Thankfully, it was just a win.
That's
I
it.
didn't lose
Just to win you was good, right?
Okay.
But just a little panic. Just a little panic. You had just a little panic. Now, that's all it is. I mean, you got 2 tries. I mean, you're up 3-2 right now. You got a Game 6 at the crib. Yeah. It's going to be electric. You guys going to come out with much more energy. And if you lose that one, you get to go to where you beat the same team twice already at the crib with another chance. So not too much panic, but you definitely should look back and make sure you're all right.
Rachel, lastly, you were at Game 1 of this series, correct? If it does indeed go to 7, paint the picture of the environment.
Oh, my
also,
Lord.
quickly, before you take it, paint the picture of what this means to the Knicks, given the fact that they haven't won a championship since, I believe, the last 53 years, maybe since 73. Paint the picture of what that Game 7 environment looks like if the Pacers don't handle business.
It's not just means to the Knicks, it's what it means to the league. So the NBA does well when teams like the New York Knicks do well. And it's not just because they're in a big market, but the fact is when you have that many fans engaged and excited in the game, that is good for basketball.
Absolutely.
And the energy in New York, you got people like Shady's parents who are like, they will say anything and do anything, and they will do it very loudly. So if it gets back to a Game 7, I absolutely expect the fans of the New York Knicks to play a huge role in what happens in that game, because it will be from the moment the Pacers touch down at the airport. It will be the baggage guys on the tarmac handing them their bags saying, oh, we're going to beat you, right? It'll be when they check into the hotel. It'll be when they come out on the bus. When y'all know, you leave the hotel, you come out on the bus, there's a few fans outside. There will not be a few fans outside. There will be many fans outside. And then once they get in the building, it will be absolute madness. Now, the Pacers are a team that don't care that much. Tyrese Halliburton, I think he thrives in environments like that. So I'm not giving it to the Knicks just on the fact that it's a Game 7. But man, it is going to be electric if we get there. And again, not just for the New York Knicks, but for the entire league and everyone who loves basketball.
Word is born, son.
Word is born,
Yo,
son.
look, son. Yo, word is mother God. Yo, Brunson, son. Yo, hold us down, B. Yo, Cat. Yo, Bodega Kid. Do your thing, son.
Bodega Cat.
Word is
Bodega
born,
Cat,
son.
baby.
Yo, you bugging, B.
You bugging,
New York,
B.
stand up. That's how they be. They be in New York.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.